What's going on, y'all? So, Catfish season 4 episode, what is this, 6? Okay. I have baby oil everywhere. Don't ask why. But, just fell. So, getting to Catfish. This was an okay episode. I say this was like one of the second best episodes. It won on up the part for last week's episode. Last week's episode was like probably the best episode this season so far. And shout out Shatara because she did leave a couple of comments and explain some stuff on the review. So, I literally, y'all, listen, I actually kind of geeked out a little bit for some reason. I don't know why, but I guess we're going to move on from that. But, shout out to that. So, this one, episode 6, Felipe and Jasmine. Neve is back with Max. Max is back on the set. I got it, baby. Okay, and they get this little message from this guy named Felipe. He's 23 years old. He's been talking to this girl named Jasmine, who's 22 years old. He lives in Calvert, Texas. She lives in, I think, Houston or Dallas, Texas. Either way, they're like 2 hours away from each other. And, they've been talking for the past few months. And he's like, I've fallen in love with this girl. I can see us having babies and getting married and doing this and living together. And I can tell her all the stuff that, I'd never tell anybody else. And I'm pretty sure she can do the same for me. And I'm just like, okay, it's the typical shit. But they're like, every time we get ready to meet, all of a sudden something comes up where he got to cancel, And Max just kept on saying, dude could be talking to Jasmine, like Jasmine. When we all figured that out from the get-go that it was a dude. But we just didn't see how deep the shit was going to be, okay? Girl, twisted lies we tell. So we get to see little Felipe, and little Felipe, you feel so bad for him because you could tell he's a good-hearted type of dude. But you could just tell sometimes people take advantage of good-hearted dudes like him. And that's exactly what happened. He got taken advantage of and somewhat kind of allowed himself to do that because there were so many red flags right off the bat. First of all, not saying that somebody can't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend who looks like an extra fine supermodel or whatever. But you telling us, look at that. Oh, fuck it. You saying that, the girl is an aspiring model. She's not a model, but she's an aspiring model, and she has no phone. So the way that you guys communicate is through Facebook and stuff like that. That's how you text and all that shit. That's how you message each other. So I'm sitting here like, so every time that y'all talk, she's sitting on a computer, and she's, sending you messages or whatever since she don't have a phone, and Max hit that shit on the head. What 22-year-old aspiring model or model 22-year-old period ain't got no goddamn phone who's supposed to be working? And the girl at that, come on now. And I was like, girl, Felipe, I don't want to call you. He was just so naive. He was so naive and dumb. And it was more so like he was just ready to find his happy ending and, to his fairy tale, his happily ever after and have his kids. And he had his whole life mapped out. Like he really had the shit in perspective what he wanted. He wanted a wife. He wanted kids, and when they met him, he was talking about how, everybody on his family, they got their own land. His family, his sister got her plot of land. They built the house. His father and all that stuff, they built the house. And then they wound up showing us his plot of land. And he just like, I just need somebody to, come inhabit this shit with me. And he just got so caught up that it's so freaking cute, but it's at the same time, it's like, bruh, you just want this shit so bad that you so blinded by something that's never going to happen. Well, not yet, not with this person. Okay. And, we look at the picture and all you see, they're like very sexually suggestive. Okay. Your boobs is out and all this stuff. If you're in a relationship with somebody, I don't think you need to be putting all that out, often. Like, why you displaying that unless you're getting paid to do some shit like that? But, so that was like, red flag number one was the pictures. Red flag number two was the fact that she's 22 years old and she ain't had no phone. Red flag number three is that you never fucking heard this girl talk, but you fell in love with her. And I'm sitting here like, ain't no way in fucking hell. I got a story to tell. So I'm going through a similar situation in the sense that someone is basically playing fucking games on my phone. Someone that I had a casual conversation with but never really spoke to. Don't know the sound of their voice and anything like that. And because I didn't want to take that thing further, and they don't even live in my state, they got pissed. Alright? They got pissed and, oh bitch, you ain't shit. You ain't this. And my nigga this. And I'm like, so you got a dude. All of a sudden you got a dude. You know, you talking about dude, but you still trying to fuck with me, right? So you get mad at that. 2 years go past, right? And at the beginning of the last month, this is April, yeah, March. All of a sudden, this bitch pops up out of nowhere, and then tried to make it seem like it was on the want to be friends type of shit again. And I'm like, I'm good with that. And then want to know how come I wasn't interested, because I was never interested. Okay. Just because you talk to somebody, you have casual conversation with somebody, that does not mean that you trying to get down with them. You trying to fuck, you trying to get into a relationship. No, some people probably just really just want to be friends, or, just using you to buy time. Either way, it was never going to go there. So because of this, that person got mad. She got mad. And I just don't understand. Like, how can you, I don't get it. Like, fuck this catfish shit. Cause I'm pissed. Cause some shit been going on and it's irking my nerves, because now it's involving somebody else that I actually care about. And it's like, it's getting out of hand. Like, this is the point that I'm getting at. How can you, and the person I'm telling the person that, hey, it was never going to happen. I never felt that way. It was nothing against you. It's just that that's not what I was on. Okay? And then you're still coming back talking about something, well, I miss you, calling me baby, calling me this. How the fuck can you miss somebody that you never really spoke to like that? How the fuck can you have such, and you the one that fucked that shit up. Like, I'm so baffled by the whole thing. And then, I'm over my shawty house and you're playing on my goddamn phone, got Google Voice with different fucking numbers hitting me up, trying to act like you're three people and all this shit playing on my phone. So I'm about to change my number shortly, okay? And then, you're just doing a lot. And it's just like, really? You're making bitches making fake profiles and stuff on Twitter, and it's just like, really? Really? It is so fucking funny. Like, how can you miss something that you never had and you were never going to get, and you were told that you was never going to get that and stuff like that? See, that's what I'm getting at. You never spoke to a person, so how can you, I can't put myself in that mindset to be like, oh, I miss this person. I ain't never hear your voice. I'm the type of person that's attracted to voices and shit like that. I have to at least hear your voice to at least feel something like that. Because you can be anybody behind words and text and shit like that. So I was just confused by the whole goddamn situation. It's just blowing me, And it's just, you claim you're in school trying to get your doctorate. You're still doing all this shit. But yet, you're being childish and you're doing, childish ass. And you're a grown ass fucking woman. Tiffany, you're a grown ass fucking woman. Yeah, I put your name out there. Okay, because I'm tired of the bullshit. Alright? Because, stop the bullshit. It's just, you look pathetic. You look delusional. You look stalkerish. You look psychotic. It's just dumb as fuck. And it just look like with this boy on here, Felipe, how can you fall in love with somebody and you ain't never really heard their voice? Maybe I'm of a different breed, but that's just what it is. And, it is what it is. I've been blocked numbers and stuff like that, but eventually that's what I'm going to have to do. Go ahead and change my number, because I just don't get it. Like, when I say I've never spoken to this person, and until this person popped back up, I didn't even remember who the person was. Didn't even remember I had to literally today, because some bullshit happened today, I had to literally find one of those apps that says, you know, the unfollow me stuff. I had to find one of those and go through my block list, because on the one that I got, it got everybody that I blocked. Man, I blocked this person 2 years ago. And when I finally scrolled past and I was like, that bitch looked familiar, and that the fuck was. I said, really? God damn, like, the fuck I be doing to y'all? Now let me stop playing. I ain't finna toot my horn like that, but it's just ridiculous. It's dumb as fuck. It's getting petty. It's just being stupid. And me and my girl, we just sitting here laughing at your ass. Okay, I'm just saying. And we're gonna move on from that. But Felipe, boo, you ain't never heard him before. I mean, her before. I would have had to hung up. I would have had to say, okay, that's cute now. We're going to keep this on Facebook and we're going to stop talking about it like that. Fine. So, Max and Eve doing all this stuff, and they kind of already figured out it's a fake profile as it is. They doing all this research and stuff, and when they research it, simple. They found all this information probably within 5 minutes. I know it's editing, but Felipe, if he, you know, maybe because he played a lot of sports in school, and you know he did get a scholarship to go to college or whatever, but you know that was quickly taken away because he got an injury. You know, he used to play football, he wrestled and stuff like that. He's a boxer now. He's into boxing. Maybe he didn't get hit one too many times in his head, because he did have the little Mike Tyson syndrome. The way he was talking, like you know, he had a little cotton up in his mouth or something was going on. I don't want to make fun, but, you know, it could have been a medical reason why he was speaking that way. But, you know, something was going on. And so I don't want to go in so hard on him. But, you know, I was just like, boo, open up your eyes. Because all they did was put old girl picture into Google search image. And all these fake profiles, Facebook profiles of this same girl come up, and her name kept coming up to saying Paris Roxanne, Paris Roxanne, Paris Roxanne. They read this paper about how this girl named Shelly whatever was catfishing Paris Roxanne, who was 17 years old at the time, and you know this NBA player or whoever. And basically, they really was talking to each other, but she was manipulating the profile, so manipulating the messages. So if, let's say, Paris to send a boy and say, hey, how you doing? He'd be like, I'm good. She'll fuck up the message and make it seem like, oh, I'm so horny. And he'd be like, oh, you know, I want to come all over you. You know, shit like that. And then they actually met. And when they met, I guess they had consensual sex and all this stuff. And then she tried to blackmail old boy into giving money, making it seem like she was the mama. And, you know, even though he knew that the sex was consensual and she was of age in that state or whatever, he still kind of gave her some money because he was pissed off that the communication kind of stopped. And so basically, this woman who was doing all of this, they call her, she's going to court later this year, I guess. I was like, the fuck? Okay. So because of this shit, a lot of people just been catching on to the story using this girl picture. And, you know, they contacted her and she wound up calling, doing a Skype session and telling them her story. And you could tell that she was over it, tired of people using her and things of that matter. And they did a little video to tell Philippe that, hey, Felipe, that, look, the person that you're talking to is not who you think you're talking to. Okay? And I just knew he was going to feel some type of way. And sure enough, when they sat down and they told Felipe all of this and they played the message to him, he was trying so hard not to cry. He had to get up. Okay? He had to just walk away for a minute and catch his feelings before he just let it out for the world to see. And I just felt so bad. I was like, oh, oh. You just wanted to hug his angry ass. I was like, ooh, it looked like Felipe looked like the type of person that had an anger problem back in the day, but he got that shit under control. He was doing some Wusa, Namaste type of shit, and he channeled it. He know how to channel his anger to the inward and not let it out to the world like that. But at that moment, he was about to unleash the dragon all over again. But he got up and he said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. Okay. So after that, they was trying to figure out who this person is. So they don't know the gender. They don't know anything about the person. So they just went on ahead and sent the message to her. And this bitch has some goddamn nerves. Gonna say some. When Neve sent the message and was like, "This is Neve from Catfish, talking to you on behalf of Felipe." He already know that you are not the person that's in this profile picture. Can you say who you are and can y'all meet up or whatever? And the person had the nerve to say, "Is this really Neve?" I said, "Okay." I would kind of ask the question too to be sure. But the person went a step further and gonna say something. Well, could you send a picture to show that you really Neve? You catfishing, bitch. You got the nerve to ask me for a picture to prove who I am when you can't even prove who you are? Okay. So basically, they send a picture and they have this little paper up there saying this is on behalf of I guess Felipe or whatever. This is Neve and yada yada yada. And so they was like, yeah, I can meet up. I'm in a park or whatever. We can meet up at, Eastside Park, whatever. And so they told Felipe, they wind up going to the park, they see a car, it's not them, but then they see another car and two people getting out the car, a guy and a girl. Okay. Now the girl, I was like, Felipe was looking like, It's like, do you know her? I think I may know her. When she started coming closer, yeah, he knew her because he used to date her prior to this Jasmine chick. And it's this guy with her who was her friend or one of her best friends or whatever. So here's where the shit gets fucked up. We thinking that the girl, her name is Alex, is Jasmine. No, she's not doing it. Because I would understand her trying to get back at him. Oh, bitch, you fucked up. I'm like, what did he do? Because then I can understand if he did some shit to her and she was like, let me get back at him with a fake profile, make this motherfucker fall in love, and then boom, like, now what? Nigga, you should never did this and yada, yada, yada. I got your ass. Payback is a bitch. But no, it wasn't even like that. So, Alex used to date, and fuck with Felipe, right? So apparently they did this for like 6 months, and like towards the end of their relationship, Felipe got hit up by or was talking to Jasmine trying to figure that shit out. So Alex took that and found out that he was talking or communicating with this girl. They weren't necessarily on a deep level yet, but she took that as, you hurting me by doing this because I thought I was the one in your life, and it seems like you cheating a little bit. Come to find out, Jasmine is the boy that was next to her, Luis. And I'm sitting here like, look, cunt. He was giving me all type of cunt teeth. So I was just like, okay. And, he giving his little story. Basically, she didn't know who it was either. And then when she found out that dude was playing on the profile, she didn't tell Felipe because she was scared for Luis because she didn't know what Felipe was going to do to him. Probably fuck him up. I would have said, go ahead, do it. I was like, fuck both of them bitches up. It is what it is. But I guess Alex thought it was over and done with. And Alex at this point, now realizing that it wasn't, she wished that she would have told Felipe who it was so they wouldn't have went this far, because she didn't know that Luis was still fucking around on his damn profile page. And so it just kept on going and kept on doing. And he had the nerve to say, because they was like, why did you keep on playing with him? Are you into guys and stuff like that? No, I mean, the relationship wasn't nothing. I mean, he was nothing to me. At that point, Felipe walked away because he was over it. You could just hear and you can just feel the steam coming away off of him because he was just pissed. And I said he had every right to be now. If he was to turn around and fuck that boy up and then slap old girl, well, not necessarily her. It wasn't really her fault, but she should have stepped up and said something a long time ago. But I understood her reasoning. But really, if he would have fucked up Luis, I would have been here for it. Okay? And I'm sitting here like, you not into guys, but yet you keep on catfishing mostly guys, some girls, but mostly guys, and then you're using this female profile picture, baby, and you got these nut huggers on, and your profile pictures, on all your pictures, you are serving face. Like, what the fuck? You can't tell me no different. My gaydar just went off like a motherfucker. Then you tell the story about how, you was molested by your teacher when you was younger, and you went to the cops, no one did anything, and, you're just mad at the world. So it's like, if I'm hurting, let me go out and fuck up everybody else's life. So I'm gonna do this fake profile, and I'm just keep on doing it and keep on doing it. And I'm just like, I was with Felipe. I understand you was going through some shit, but everybody go through some shit. So just because your life is fucked up, you don't come around and fuck up everybody else's life, okay? It don't work that way. And I said, So when Max and Eve met up with Felipe again, we get a little bit more about his story and why he did this shit. But in a sense, Max was trying to push that boy out the closet, trying to say ever so subtly some of the stuff that was going on, trying to be like, so basically I want you to say that you're gay, okay? And I was like, I want him to say that too, but he just not ready. And it's like they live in this small town, everybody know each other. Fuck it, bitch, it's Texas, okay? You know, I'm just saying. And he ain't ready to come out. If you ask me, I do think that he's at least bisexual. You know, he's having all these experiences, being somebody that he wish he could be online, and there it is. But I gotta look at the Catfish afterwards. But that was basically it. And yeah, my bad for going off on a tangent, but I just had to put that shit out there. That shit was irritating the fuck out of me. But it's been on my cause some shit went down. But yeah, don't fuck with me. But it is what it is. I will see you guys later. Peace.